I saw this story being passed around today, and I just thought I had to comment on it because I'm a huge Anthony Bourdain fan. I was a huge Anthony Bourdain fan. I liked his take on the foodie community, traveling. It was a little bit of metal grunge mixed in with sophistication, and his writing was elegant, pure, and beautiful to read. And so seeing this news story come out about a revealing final text that he texted out saying, "I hate my fans too. I hate being famous. I hate my job." And that's really sad. Because I think we all have this this idea of being famous is wonderful. Being famous is amazing. That's why we, make podcasts. That's why we enjoy content creators. That's why we all want to be rock stars. We all want to be comedians. We all want to have eyes on us. But sometimes we forget that sometimes the person behind the camera is actually in a lot of pain and suffering. And sometimes when you attack their content and call them a douchebag or racist or transphobe, that it affects them, and that they're people too deep down inside. So reading this about Anthony Bourdain is just another reminder that if you are struggling, if you are going through a lot in life right now, if you are overwhelmed, especially men, there is a huge stigma with men that we rather just bottle it up inside, keep it to ourselves, and not allow others to reach in and help us, because then we'll be perceived as weak or not altogether, not strong, not a leader, whatever word you want to use. But my encouragement to you in this time, especially as we enter the winter, we enter an election season where politics and people are just ramped up and everyone's emotions are just exhausting, over the top, melodramatic, over dramatic, insane. People's rhetoric is going to just continue to ramp up and things are going to get tough. That if there are, content creators or there are people that you follow, that my encouragement to you is to reach out to them and tell them how much they've impacted your life and stuff like that. Because I think sometimes doing this is hard. And so when I see Anthony Bourdain come out and say that, my encouragement to you as well as somebody who consumes the content, to reach out and ask for help if you need it. To go to counseling, find a good counselor that you like, find somebody you can talk to, because I don't know about you, as a man, I was encouraged and pushed to just bottle it up, keep it to myself. Don't burden other people. Suck it up. That kind of attitude. And that's the kind of attitude that doesn't help anyone. Especially doesn't help you if you're actually hurting. We all knew that Anthony Bourdain got to a point where, he was just tired of being famous and not enjoying it as much anymore. He couldn't travel and enjoy the simple things in life. But he also wrote that I am lonely and living in constant uncertainty. And I feel like that's a lot of us as well in our culture and climate today. That we're worried about the dollar, worried about what's going on with inflation. We're worried about who the next president's going to be, who's going to be running for governor, Senate, Congress. There are a lot of uncertainty in this world, and a lot of anxiety is rooted in trying to control the future and just control things that we can't control. And so if you are overwhelmed, if you could be honest with yourself that you're you know what, I need help. Derek, I need help. Contact somebody, find somebody. You're always welcome to message me. I'm not, I try to do my best answering messages from you guys. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed by how many messages there are.
Come on, man.
And I try to do my best. See, I record this live. There's a new subscriber. Yeah, I'm thankful for every single one of you guys. Both keep each keep each other accountable during this this season that tends to be a harder season of this winter and what's after winter of just the lull, no holidays and just bleh. So if you're hurting, if you're struggling, don't be. Most men are more willing to commit suicide than actually talk to somebody. And that is devastating. Fight the stigma. Fight the idea of, I can just handle it. I'll just suck it up. I know there's a lot of content creators and influencers out there that'll tell you that kind of crap of just like, you don't need to talk to somebody else. Just be a man. Freaking suck it up. Get another job. Work out. Like, yes, these are all good things. But sometimes having a space where you can just go in and just open up and let out all the things that overwhelm us throughout the day is important to have. And I want to encourage you as a man to fight the stigma. And if you need help, and if you're honest with yourself, you're like, I could use somebody to talk to, find somebody. Don't bottle it up. Don't remain lonely. Don't remain in high anxiety, high stress, and high depression. It's not worth it. It's more worth it to just talk with somebody about it. Have a great day. I have another video coming out. But men, we got to do better, brother. Help each other out. All right, bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the Derek O'Shea Show. I appreciate you guys so much for taking time out of your day to listen to my spiel. And be sure to leave a review on any of the podcast platforms and what you're using to listen to this podcast. It truly helps me grow as a podcast because the algorithms do not support independent journalists like myself. They see me as fake news and they're untrustworthy. But unlike you, they're dumb. But be sure to leave a review. Also, if you want to follow me on any social media platform, I'm literally on all of them. I'm heavily active on Instagram. So be sure to follow me on Instagram. Also, subscribe to me on YouTube. I do a lot of different things on YouTube that I don't do on my podcast and also on Instagram. So subscribe to me there and be sure to leave comments on the videos because it's the only way it helps me grow as well. Also, if you have any questions or comments regarding any of the sources I used or any of the things I said, you can email me at thederekoshea@gmail.com. I'd be happy to answer anything. So I hope you guys are enjoying this podcast as much as I am. And I just thank you guys so much for listening from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me. Now go out into the world and make a difference in somebody's life today. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a fantastic day.